Hi, welcome back to Mainland Cycle Center's pre-owned vehicle department. Today I want to show you a 2007 Kawasaki Brute Force 650. This is the solid rear axle version, and I'll show you what that means here in just a minute. We'll take a look at that rear suspension. It's a nice clean unit, about 170 some odd hours on it. We'll take a look at the gauge here in just a minute. In the Woodsman green, it's got a set of Douglas wheels on it, alloy aftermarket wheels with some 27-inch Mud-Lite tires. Great looking unit, very clean, doesn't look like it's been mud bogged and all that stuff, but I think the gentleman mostly rode it around the neighborhood and that kind of thing. But we sold it when it was brand new, and it's been a good machine for the customer, but he just got to where he wasn't using it, so he sold it to us. But just a nice clean machine, just how we like them. These have the 650cc V-twin engine, so it's a twin-cylinder engine. So you can see they got one cylinder going forward, the other one, well, maybe you can see it on the other side, is going backwards. But that V-twin makes all the difference. With that V-twin 650, nothing out there on the market with a single-cylinder motor has the same kind of power that these V-twins have. They run very, very strong. Lots and lots of power. They're liquid cooled, so there's a radiator in the front. These are selectable two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and I'll show you that switch here in just a moment. Got racks front and rear, so there's your front rack, there's your rear rack, 12-volt power outlet there, full floorboards. Let's take a look at this side of the motor, and we can kind of see that rear cylinder in there maybe. But that's nice and clean. You can see the motor's not just all mud stained and all that. This bike's just really in nice condition. It has some signs of use because it's been used, but it's not tore up or beat up by any stretch of the imagination. Nice and clean, just the way we like to see them. So we've got hydraulic disc brakes in the front, and then let's take a look at this rear suspension and brake system in the back. So we've got a swing arm, solid rear axle, we call this. It's got a live axle, but it's a swing arm. These are very smooth riding. I actually own a couple of these myself, and what I like about them is that they're very simple. With the independent suspension, you've got lots of A-arms and joints and CV boots and CV axles, and you just don't have all of that here, so it makes these very durable and reliable. And I like that about these. And if you'll notice, we look here at this rear hub, there's no brake in here. There's no brake here, no brake here, no brake here. The rear brake is right in here. And it's a multi-disc wet rear brake. And what that means is that rear brake is built into this case, and it rides in an oil bath. There's oil in this case to lubricate this ring and pinion gear. And because it rides in that oil bath, it stays very clean, and you'll probably never replace these rear brakes. They'll probably last just a long time. We have yet to replace a set of these rear brakes. It's an awesome feature. All right, so that's a look at the rear end. Let's take a look at the instrumentation on it. So we've got a digital speedometer. This unit's got 1,272 miles on it. Trip meter A, trip meter B, and it's got 173 hours. Got a fuel gauge, a speedometer, a clock, and maybe you can see it says two-wheel drive there. If you put it in four-wheel drive, then that'll switch to four-wheel drive. But there's your two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive switch, selectable. There's your thumb throttle. This is your front handbrake. Here's your rear handbrake with a parking brake. You pull that little lever there and it holds that on. Got headlights off, low and high beam. There's your start button, engine kill, and then right down here the gray button says override, and that is the reverse limiter override. So this has a reverse limiter. Once you put it in reverse, it'll limit how fast it'll go in reverse, but if you push and hold this button, it will override that reverse limiter. And then here's your choke for cold starting. Now this is two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Of course, when you're in two-wheel drive, just the rear wheels are driving. When you put it in four-wheel drive, you engage the front end, and the front end is a limited slip front differential, which means it's going to try to send power to the wheel that has traction. But if you reach up here and pull this little yellow lever, that will lock up the front differential, and that gives you full power to all four wheels. So really nice feature. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive with a locking front differential. We'll go ahead and crank it up for you. V-twin just has a great sound. that runs well, idles well, no smoking. Everything just really runs great on this machine. McPherson strut, front suspension, dual headlights, everything. Fantastic machines. I love these for fast trail riding. They have a sportier feel in my opinion with the solid rear axle. But big fan of these. Like I said, I own a couple myself. But here's a great pre-owned one in really good condition. We were proud to get it. Alright, so that's a quick look at the 2007 pre-owned Kawasaki Brute Force 650. We are Mainland Cycle Center. We're located about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45 in LaMarque, Texas. Our website is mainlandcyclecenter.com. Our phone number is 409-948-4969. Give us a call, shoot us an email, come by and see us. We'd love to help any way we can. Thanks for watching.